ladies and gentlemen, I told you I am a very brief guy. I want to introduce to you our guest for today, because we've been having remarks, but we need to start now where we declare the session officially opened. The gentleman I'm going to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, allow me, before he comes, to give you a brief background. And it can also be a source of inspiration to some of us. Because this gentleman has grown from a mentor. He used to even facilitate and teach courses at KSG as a young person, teaching old people. And when I'm sharing a session, I said sharing a session with him, I hear people come up and say, "You are my teacher." People who are old from different generations, and I get inspired. From a teacher at KSG, a mentor, a facilitator, to become the CEO of National Youth Council, where I am right now. From the CEO of National Youth Council, he did a very commendable job, and I want to recognize him with the likes of Kina Robinsons, the former president for this institution, because they are the brains behind the intergenerational dialogue. So he did a commendable job, and as we speak right now, the minister, the CS and the president appointed the gentleman as the Secretary Youth Affairs. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's where I come from. It's where I come from. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Thank you, David. Now, Debbie has told me it's amazing, not amazing. Okay, thank you, Debbie. Now, when you look at that as a young person, you get encouraged. Because what actually it shows that when you do something with passion and with a lot of diligence, your efforts, be it in the creative industry, be it in the informal sector, your efforts will pay. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Raymond Ochieng is currently the Secretary Youth Affairs. He is a champion of youth issues in this country. He is the assistant PS. For those who don't know what secretary means, you know, I'm seeing a lady wondering, why are you saying secretary? How is secretary important? He's actually the assistant PS in the ministry leadership, and he is the one who is representing the CS. Can we put our hands together as we clap for him?
Vijana mpo. Vipi? Mambo? Mkoje? Thank you so much. The leaders of today, I greet you good morning. Today, as we stand here and we sit here, we have great potential, and we have governors in this house in the next few years. We have great lawyers who are going to be advising government and corporates and the cross-board in this place. We have a president in the making and a cabinet secretary in this place. That's what we represent. We represent not only the future, but I believe this platform begin to give us those steps to take us to where we want to be. I want to submit before reading the speech. I have a speech here, and after you read the speech, you should not add anything. So let me not, if I read it, it would be risky because I would not add anything on it. I'll just say thank you and declare the forum open. I just want to share briefly before I read the speech, then we kick off. As a young person who has been growing up, having a vision and a dream to be a great person, I was looking at myself, my surrounding, and it was not really depicting that I could be where I was imagining. And I believe most of us could be here. And there's a lot of disillusion, discouragement, young people discouraged. And I remember one day when I was CEO National Youth Council, and I came to the office at 6:30, and a gentleman had waited for 4 hours. So when I came and I asked, why is he waiting? And the secretary told me, he said he must see you. So I thought, should I see him or I don't see him? Then I decided to see him. Then he walked in. So this young man told me, I think he was around 24-year-old. He was a 24-year-old. He's married. He's got kids. And he told me that, you know, my brother, I'm looking for a job. and I can do anything. And I told him, have you gone to school? And he told me, yes, I've gone to school. This is what I've done. And then he told me that, you know, as we speak today, my kid was sick yesterday, and we went through such a tough time. And he was a young person. I looked at him. Tears started flowing out from his eyes. And I also tried to be in his shoes. And sometimes, I will tell you, we sit in positions that you may not have anything to do to address that particular challenge. But you see what? I saw hopelessness. I saw discouragement in that young man. And to a point whereby he was even talking, and he could even be suicidal in terms of life does not add up to anything. And we talked, we chatted, and he left. And when he left, I asked myself, this is a representation of very many young people. And as we speak, as Ronnie has rightly put it, we must then think. Then I said, there are many of us who are being churned from the universities. Every day, Prof, we meet young people, and in forums like this, they'll send you a CV because they want a job. They'll send you a CV because they want something to get them paid. And I said, then we can be part of that change. But again, part of our story again is not that we came from the trees. Some of us here who are here have gone through some real tough challenges in life. I remember when I was being interviewed at KICC the other day, and I surprised people that some part of my school fee I paid by slashing and washing toilets. And where I went to approach to get a job, while I'm a student, a university student leader, who could sneak over the holidays to go and work in private. And those guys told me, yes, there's a job. And that job is what? Is what? Cleaning? So I thought there were just some few toilets that, you know, till they showed me a field and they told me, you see, there were white guys who come with these exchange programs. So they brought 100 kids from Kibera who have never known how to use a toilet. So my job was well described when I saw those young people. And I knew the challenge that was ahead in those 5 toilets for those 2 weeks. And I did it. And I finished. I did it so well that nowadays I tell my staff that sometimes when I go to a washroom and I see sometimes it is written that please make sure it is clean before you leave, I make sure that a toilet is clean. Be it at the airport, be it at JKUAT, because there is somebody who is living there as a means of livelihood. So ladies and gentlemen, who may not be of my generation, as days goes by, we realize that we are very old. But one of the things that we must begin to change in our generation is changing our attitude and mindset. And I tell you, people say, the way Dr. Wanyama said here, about Chinua Achebe, about a chick that is going to be, he used some word, can be identified at hatching point. Let me tell you, sometimes great ideas will always be spotted from far. And people who are resolute, young people who are resolute in what they want to do and where they want to go, I want to urge you, pick some few things in this conference that will take your life to the next level. Pick some networks from this conference that will make your life go to the next level. But I also urge us, young people of our generation, because I've told you from here, we have great leaders who are in the making, who have already started making those steps. Do not despise humble beginnings. Don't say, hey, I am coming from a single parent, so it is very tough. I come from a broken family. You know, my dad and mom have never been together. I'm an orphan. All those reasons will not make you. It is what you're going to you will make out of those situations. Actually, they should even drive you to work much harder. I've brought young people right now at the State Department, and some of them have come with them here. And I said, we cannot be the State Department for Youth with flaws at KenCom, and somebody comes in and you cannot find young people. We must trust them. And I told HODs, you must carry a young person with you when you go to a meeting. Because they must know how to do a memo. They must know how to do a budget. They must know, because this animal called experience. Who was born with experience? Have you ever seen a child just released at the maternity, and they're talking about 5 years of experience of baby feeding and breastfeeding. Nobody was born with experience. Experience was built over time. I believe if you ask great people that we admire here, the likes of Bobby, Ronnie, and everything, people gave them a chance. Sometimes people gave them a chance when many people doubted them. When Peter Kenneth gave Ronnie a chance to be a deputy president running mate, not many people could have believed in him, but I believe there are some conversations in some rooms. And even some people said, no, you cannot go with this young man. Bring experience, bring money, bring oil system. But somebody said, this young man can be given a chance. And I tell you, young people of our generation, people will not give us a chance if also we are not prepared. And opportunities like this are mountaintops. We can clap for that. That deserves a clap. Hey. Opportunities like these are mountaintops for us to stand on and see ahead. So wherever you are, great young lady who is here, please press on in your line. Sometimes there is no luck. Sometimes success is where opportunity meets preparedness. And sometimes opportunities come. And I also want to say in this room as we finish, let us not be the young people when we are given a chance, we let other people down. Young people, we have given some of them chances, but we have taken the flak. I remember the other day we had African Public Service Day. And I went to a meeting and I said, no, this one must be done by a youth. And they said, youth secretary, it's okay, we have given it to the youth, banners and everything. I start asking, my guys, you know I'm very powerful in the meeting. Actually people say, secretary, the secretary has already given a direction. So I give a direction, but now I come very fearful, I close the door. Hey my guys, Buddha, tunaifanya? Because I'm afraid of what they may do, because it's a serious event. Can I tell you how the long story went? It reached a point whereby there was a deadline to the next day. They were not picking phones. We had to call a gentleman in River Road to tell him, just come deliver, I will pay. If the process will not go right, I will take money from my pocket. So they said, they are going to a meeting. They met somebody else who should have given them money. And when I met them, I told them, guys, do you have somebody who can help you do this material? They said, we have. Do you have a designer? We have. Do you have a supplier? We have. Everything they had. Then the last day, they just let me down like that. The second instance, Devolution Conference, the first one that we did as NYC, a big one attended by 2 governors who landed on a chopper at Masinde Muliro when Kakamega hosted. Again, I went and insisted, a young person must do catering, 600,000 cash released by Weekly for Paranya. And I told the CEC, this is how we can empower young people. Do you know what the young people did? I was given a supplier, they came, 2 of them, a little bit bigger than young people, but their face, they say they're young. I said, I don't have the audacity to question government. When government has said through an ID, you are a young person, let me accept. We start the journey. I say, okay, fine, this is what we have to do. And then they were even telling me, you know what, Bwana CEO, here is Kakamega, the home of chicken. Right now we want to release rangers. We are going to arrest chicken in this county, and within a very short time we are going to be getting this chicken. I said, okay, fine, CC, fine, payment, they have submitted everything. Let me tell you, my staff are here. My CEO staff are here. They are not my staff right now. They tell you the next day. Do you know the time that now we were expecting the food? I was told, CEO, yesterday, the gentleman said he had only got 40 chicken. Yeah, I said, no. I think these guys are going to deliver. To cut the long story short, they brought food for 100 people, dropped them there with the vehicles, they ran away. So the event was ending so successful. Then I'm being told by security, you must be taken to a place to hide. I say, why? Say that the moment that these 600 people are going to go for that food, and they've waited for the whole day. So I tried to insist to be very bold. No, we must sort. They told me, my brother, Go to golf, we will hide you there. You can make those calls from there. These threats you're making here, you may not make them. When the 500 people miss, again, we were whisked to Golf Hotel. What am I saying? There are those elements, but we are not that element. I believe the young people who are here, we are not that element. So I believe let's be the people who should stand to be counted. And let's be those people who are given a chance. You wake up early. I tell even people that interns who come to institution, even waking up is a discipline. Waking up and reporting to work. This generation is whereby you give a young person a chance and you are the boss, then you ask where are you, then they are saying at around 9 that just give me 30 minutes. With a lot of confidence, and they could even be smiling on the other side of the phone. And you're saying, God, give me this reckless confidence. At 9, somebody tells you, no, I'll come, but just give me another one. Another one now. So I want to just say this. We are going to get there, but we must do something to get there. Don't despise your humble beginning. Let's fix our value systems, and we are going to get there. With those, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to read the speech, and after I read the speech, we will continue. Professor Victoria Ngumi, Vice Chancellor J.K. UAT, and in this case, represented. Let me also amplify, do an addendum to the introductory remarks, also address CEO National Youth Council, Chairperson Youth Advisory Board, outgoing Chairman Youth Enterprise Development Fund. Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, it is great to be here today as we mark the second Intergenerational Dialogue Forum, the first one having been held in 2018. Today's forum is a convergence of great minds with great ideas and great stories to help us achieve our goal of inspiring you, our esteemed students, towards self-reliance during and after your studies. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish to thank the JQuat greatly for partnering with the National Youth Council for the second time, running to host this event, and welcome all of you, esteemed partners within government, private sector, and civil society. Prof says, karibuni sana. The National Youth Council is one of the state corporations domiciled in the Ministry of Public Service, Youth and Gender, tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that the youth voices of this country are heard in the right way and by the right people. Thus, the importance of having such initiatives as the Intergenerational Dialogue Forum. This dialogue presents an excellent platform for youth to engage in transforming conversations with elders and fellow youth to define suitable solutions to various challenges they may be facing. I wish to highlight to you that the State Department for Youth is at a very advanced stage of reviewing the National Youth Policy to harness and optimize the strengths and the opportunities that youth present, among them being opportunities we are going to be discussing today that have been opened up by technology and globalization. The reviewed policy envisions a society where youth have an equal and responsible opportunity to realize their full potential in socio-economic and political aspirations through honest and hard work. A lot of what we do today is driven by technology. In light of this, the ministry is in the process of establishing youth empowerment centers to expand ICT infrastructure across all counties and enhance the ICT services and opportunities presented therein by the youth. I am delighted to inform you that we launched the Youth Empowerment Center at Mwatate yesterday, and we were there. It was a great point. And many more are in the pipeline. As one way of addressing the challenges of youth unemployment, the centers will go a long way in creating hubs for online jobs and incubation hubs for youth innovations and facilitate the participation of the youth in the local and global economy. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished students and partners, in terms of the youth well-being, the policy recognizes health as a fundamental and a cross-cutting issue which has an important bearing on their capacity to effectively participate in economic, social, and political processes, including education, skills development, and participation as well in the labor market. My personal encouragement in closing to you is that you take your health seriously, eat well, exercise, and treat your body well, as it will serve you well. As someone once put it, your greatest wealth is health. The rates of suicide among our male youth, particularly in the universities, as well as bizarre instances of femicide witnessed in our country in the recent past, all point to an urgent need to help our country, help our youth to stay positive and inculcate coping mechanisms. As we dialogue today on the issues mentioned, I call on all of us today to engage. We are here to dialogue. Let's talk. Ask questions and let the day be great and add to your personal benefits. With these few remarks, I therefore declare this wonderful dialogue opened on this day. Thank you so much, and God bless you.